Hey there, today we're building the doors for this 4x8 lean-to shed, and we're gonna do that with this kit. This kit is the perfect kit if you're building a door or you're looking to replace your door. It has all the hardware you need. And I'm gonna give you a couple tips so when you're building this door, that the door won't sag over the ears and last much longer. Before anything, let's take a handsaw, cut and remove the bottom plate in the door opening. And I'm gonna take the two pieces of siding that's inside the shed over to the garage. That's because it's gonna be much easier to work on a flat surface. And we're gonna start off by framing the door. And to frame the door, there are two measurements you need, the height and the width. For the height, you take the height of the door opening and you remove 1/2 inch. As far as the width, I'm having two doors, barn style, a left and a right. So I take the width divided by 2, one for each door, and on each door, I'm taking out 1/4 inch. That's gonna give me a 1/2 inch reveal right in the center. And once you figure out the dimensions of the lumber, it's time to cut them. The frame of the door is gonna have 2 longer pieces going up and down, and then 3 smaller pieces in between. To attach everything together, I'm using GRK 3-inch screws. These are the same screws we used to frame the whole shed, so you should have some leftovers. When attaching both pieces together, make sure they are flat and level as possible. I use my knee and stand on top of the boards so they don't move, and then I drive the screws in. These GRK screws bite really well into the wood, making this very easy. And after I attach both of the outside boards, I ended up doing the center one. When you do this, you drive 2 screws on each side at an angle. And then you do the same thing for the other door. And with the doors framed out, it's time to bring in the siding. Whenever I do these, I like to square one corner first and nail a whole side to secure the siding in place. Then I check to see if the framing is square with the siding. If not, then I add couple blocks underneath the framing and I drive a screw on the corner of the framing, and with the hammer I pry the framing to square. And once it's square, I clamp it down and I secure it in place with nails. Then you should be ready to finish off nailing around the whole door. And then check the door for any excess siding. You may need to grab a circular saw and cut the excess off. Then I need to trim the door. There are many different ways and styles that you can trim a shed door. I chose this one that will leave a small square on the top. The most popular one I see has the trim right in the middle, equally spaced. This is a personal preference and it's a great time for you to be creative. And before installing the door onto the shed, you need to make sure to have trim around the door. Then I install a hinge in the center of the door on each side. And I add a small piece of trim right on the shed floor to be used as spacer. At this point, I bring the door into the door opening and I finish installing the center hinge. This should be sufficient to keep the door in place while you work on the other 2 hinges. Make sure to check for level before and after you install the hinges. And regardless which hinge you use for your shed, I recommend you use some very long screws. You want the hinge to be attached not only to the trim but to the framing studs. In this case, I replaced the screws that came with the hinge with the framing screws we've been using so far. And after you finish installing the door, it's time to check that it works properly. A good test that I always do is that no matter which position you leave the door, it should stay in that position. It should not be opening and closing by itself. Now the second door didn't go as smooth. I was about 1 inch off level. It's important to keep the framing level so the door can open and close smoothly. So I recommend that you check your framing for level before you start installing the door. I had to pull off the trim on the front of the door and adjust the framing. And once the framing was leveled, I installed the trim back on and continue with the door installation. And with the framed level, this goes much easier. Same as before, I start by installing the center hinge to hold the door in place. Then I move to the bottom hinge. And lastly, I install the top hinge. There are many different ways to build and finish a shed door. But what I want to focus on today is this kit. This is a great starting kit if you're trying to build a door for your shed. It comes with everything, hinges and latches. And I'm going to leave a link on the description so you can find out more about this kit. On the same description, you're going to find a link to everydayshed.com. That's where we have plans and material lists for all kinds of shed, including this 4x8 lean-to shed. And now, since I promised that we're going to build a whole shed with only 2 power tools, a circular saw and an impact drill, I'm going to be drilling a hole with an impact drill so we can install this lock. Obviously, if you have a regular drill, you can use that. But the impact drill works just fine. Then you slide the latch in through the hole and you drive the screws onto the latch, securing it to the door. The screws that come with this kit are long enough and perfectly fine to be used. On the inside, you need to install the locking arm. The kit does come with an Allen wrench, and you use that to tie the set screw underneath. There are 2 main ways to prevent a door from sagging over the ears. One is to install a sag kit like this one. It's pretty straightforward. You screw a bracket on each corner of the door and install the tension cable and the tension adjuster. Then you just tighten the adjuster, keeping the cable nice and straight. The nice thing about this kit is that you can adjust the tension as needed throughout the life of the door, keeping the door straight. And the second nice thing about it is that it makes a much lighter door, putting less pressure on the hinges, causing them to live much longer. The second option is to install either an OSB or a piece of plywood on the back of the door. The downside to this is that OSB will add a lot of weight to the door, putting pressure on the hinges. However, in my opinion, it is a much stronger door and it is a much secure door. Let me know down in the comments which of the 2 options you prefer for your shed. I noticed that over the years, the edge of the floor gets beat up pretty well, especially when you keep taking equipment in and out of the shed. So to complete the installation, I'm gonna add a seal nose right on the edge. This aluminum seal nose can be cut with a Sawzall or with just some Tim snips. I installed this with 4 screws. It's up to you, but if you prefer, you can also add construction adhesive underneath it. Then I install a floor bolt on the door. I closed the door, lined it up with a seal nose, and drilled a 1/2 inch hole. A second one should be installed on top of the door as well. And now that the doors are installed, I'm gonna work on finishing the trim, caulking, and painting the shed. If you want to check that out, there's a video for you right here. If you want to check out everything from beginning to end, from foundation, flooring, walls, roof, everything, I'll leave a video for you right here. And I hope you learned something in this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.